The Lion's Whisker. In a small village, nestled by the great river, lived a young woman named Aisha. Her mother fell gravely ill, and the only known cure required a single strong whisker from the magnificent King Lion, the undisputed ruler of the savanna. Aisha's heart was heavy. To take a whisker from the lion or Simba was an act of extreme danger, punishable by a swift end. Her first thought was to sneak into his den at night, armed with a net and a sharp blade, a bold but reckless plan born of desperation. She sought out Mzee, the oldest and wisest woman in the village. "Mzee," Aisha pleaded, "I must have a whisker from Simba, but I fear he will tear me limb from limb if I approach him with force." Mzee listened, nodding slowly. "My child, the greatest of tasks cannot be overcome by anger or sudden violence," she said. "If you wish to defeat a mighty enemy, you must first learn to make him a friend. Go to the lion's resting place, but take no weapons. Take only patience and something he desires." Aisha pondered this advice. The next morning she cooked a small tender goat, seasoned lightly, and carried it toward the towering kopje where Simba slept. She stopped far off, where the lion was only a golden speck, and left the meat on a flat rock. Then she retreated, watching from a distance until the great beast woke, sniffed the air, and casually ate the offering. The following day, Aisha brought more meat, but this time she placed it a little closer to the kopje. She sat and waited until the lion finished, before silently collecting her basket and walking home. She did this every morning. She did not rush. She did not demand attention. She simply offered a gift and allowed the distance between them to lessen naturally. Days turned into weeks. Aisha's footsteps became familiar to the lion. She was no longer a threat, but a dependable source of good food. On the 21st morning, she placed the meat directly at the entrance of his den. The lion watched her, not with suspicion, but with weary tolerance. Aisha sat down 20 paces away and began to hum a quiet, ancient lullaby her mother used to sing. The lion ate, then yawned, and finally lay down, resting his massive head on his paws. Aisha continued humming, her presence now a comfort rather than a challenge. She waited. She didn't move a muscle. She watched the patterns of his breathing until she knew the exact moment his guard was fully lowered. As he drifted into a deep sleep, Aisha slowly, inch by agonizing inch, crawled forward. She reached his head, her heart pounding like a war drum, and placed a hand on his thick mane. It took all her resolve not to grab and pull as she gently stroked his massive cheek, a single, long, black whisker, loosened by his recent sleep, simply detached and rested in her palm. Aisha did not wake him. She rose and crept away, holding the precious whisker tightly. When she presented the whisker to Mzee, the elder smiled. "You have your cure, child, but you also have the true medicine. You overcame the lion not with a net or a blade, but with the quiet courage of patience. Remember that no problem is too fierce to be conquered by small, consistent efforts over time." The moral. True solutions often require patience and trust rather than immediate force.